Can I help you? Of course. Though, come to think of it, despite the fact I've worked here for nearly 2 decades, I haven't met many people. People of importance, that is. Not the worst boss I've had, but they must be very busy. They've only ever spoken to me over the phone. Who knows? Maybe my breath smells. No idea who that is. But if you can get him into the office, I've got a rash I'm desperate to get a second opinion on. Oh, I've seen his name on letters sometimes. But no, I've never met him. If you do, could you ask him what grade a director is? I can't seem to find it on the civil service pay scales. People told me working for the civil service would be full of perks. You're having a bloody laugh. This year's Christmas bonus was a recipe for a sausage roll. God, been about 18 years now? I feel old saying that out loud. Not originally, but I came from a good family. Thank heavens I landed this job. They gave me a fancy flat and everything. Can't say I'll go back out there. Not to sound moody, but it's not pleasant at all. Ooh, reaching into ancient history now. Bit of an odd one, really. Someone dropped a letter off at my house, told me to come here and, well, that was my first day. Even though it was addressed to me, I've always wondered if that was some sort of mistake. Too late to take it back. I'm part of the furniture now. Factions. More like toe rags. You've got to be mad as a bag of spanners if you're running around dressed like that. Totally out of fashion. I've got a couple of friends that think they're amazing, and they keep giving me their pamphlets, but they're just so boring. Oh, they're those gangsters, aren't they? You'll want to avoid that lot. More trouble than they're worth. Bleeding bunch of wrong-uns. I knew a man who went to join that lot, thinking he was a hard man. Guess where he is now? Well, you're probably right, because no one's seen him since. Everyone seems to hate us, and maybe they're right. But I'm not sort to get all political. Be seeing you.
It seems I must delay our meeting once again. Urgent matters have been brought to my attention. Nothing that can't be handled, especially if you continue your excellent work. Are you ready to wrap up this situation? You can listen. You know the disdain I hold for humor. General Asquith, a man loyal to a fault, no longer wishes to support the gentry. He claims they will only follow orders directly from the Queen herself. Given the state of things, that poses an obvious problem. We need something foolproof. Replace him with someone actually reliable. Colonel George Major. Deliver him the appointment papers on my desk, and the bad news to the former general.
I'm in touch with humanity.
Where did you come from?
It is time we return to our sworn duties.
I agree.
Whilst we're
but
waiting,
I fear our
should I
definitions
prepare
aren't
tea?
aligned.
We are Her Majesty's, not some kangaroo courts.
That kangaroo court is Her Majesty's government.
I'm with the General.
We shouldn't blindly follow the gentry.
Hear, hear.
While Her Majesty remains absent, our duty is to the people.
They look to us for guidance.
Not for guidance, for peace, for stability.
That is what the gentry promised.
They promised the moon, but have only delivered dust.
Excuse me? This is a closed meeting.
As would you. If there's nothing more, I'll just have the guard arrest you and escort you away from here.
Oh, did they? So glad they're sending us shackles rather than making us beg for them like usual.
Oh, ignore General Asquith. What's the message?
You will show respect.
What do you mean, I'm in charge? The Lord Chancellor has named me General.
And a small child outside named me Mary Louise Poppinstock. She has just as much authority to promote a Tommy as this trumped-up politicaster. We answer to the Queen, and the Queen alone. We will not accept commands from anyone but Her Royal Majesty. Do I make myself clear?
You need anything?
Can I help you?
Got business here?
You lass, stop running around like a cock.
Greetings, salutations, and what. Oh, a jape about my looks. Do you think you're the first to come up with such a line? Please enter. The royal party is expecting you. Whatever you're going to ask, I don't know anything about it.
Distract me at your peril. Speak with Elizabeth.
Don't speak to me. You want Elizabeth.
I was wondering when you'd arrive. Our new Lord Chancellor, appointed without my awareness, I might add, sent word. How kind of him to inform us after the fact. Regardless, he wished to speak with you directly about the matter. I'd recommend answering it. He's rather snippy when you don't.
You're about to have an audience with Her Royal Highness. You no doubt heard her screaming with excitement. Then you heard the Queen. She's been feral for ages, but as a figurehead, it doesn't really matter. So long as she lives, in whatever state, her authority remains. So try not to kill her. It'd put a real damper on our relationship with the Tommies. Authority to command the Tommies, through me, of course. Director Herbertson has the answer. In fact, you helped him with it. Speak with him. And the princess holds the key. You'll need that to let yourself in.
It seems you find yourself in my employ once again. Your previous efforts, while brutish, proved quite fruitful in the long run. And today, you'll see exactly how. For this experiment, simply incapacitate the subject and administer the winning formula. Are you so daft that I need to explain your own brutish ways to you? Whatever you do, just don't bruise her face. She'll need to make a public appearance sooner or later. Was Oppenheimer 100% sure his atomic bomb would work? No, but that didn't stop them from dropping it to find out. Of course, we are replicating my success. But the Queen is a new variable. A fascinating variable. Not only must she return to sanity, but all aspects of her personality. A noticeable change would constitute a failure for Lord Smythe. All action must be considered. Observe, analyze, then act. Normally, I would control for all variables, meaning I would inject the subject in my lab under close scrutiny. But, circumstances as they are, you must act in my stead out in the wild, as it were.
These things, as you know, are so personal. I do not approve of Lord Smythe and their machinations, but in this regard, I must acquiesce. We have a chance to give something back to the crowds. With this key, we have a chance to give them back their queen. Do not take the burden of carrying it lightly.
I thought I told you to not come back. Yes, yes. Don't come back.
Never cease to astound me with your swiftness. Aim for the head. 5 rounds. Yeah. Let us fight them on the beaches. Rally forth, my companion.
Gracious. It's all clearer. Mother.
Your Majesty.
More tests will need to be run, but early indications point to a full success.
Truly? Have some heart. Give her a moment.
What comes next, we don't know. That's the beauty of science. We must observe and learn. But Lord Chancellor Smythe needs a certain order signed. Her penmanship will be a perfect test for the efficacy of this formula, and a control for future studies on her progression.
I just need to sign this.
Yes, Mother.
And I will start preparing for your first public appearance.
That might be a bit premature.
Or it could yield the perfect data.
My mother is not your pet science experiment.
Isn't she? She'll be in my care for the foreseeable future.
It is done.
Good. Now leave us. There's much to study.
I'm in touch with humanity. Sorry. In a hurry? An important meeting, perhaps? I think not.
If you've returned with more drivel from Smythe, you can walk back out that door.
Those fortifications.
Brash and abrasive. Your mother would be ashamed she raised one so callous. What am I without my post? There is truth in your words, painful as they've been. I'll take my leave of you now. I must attend to my belongings and find new quarters.
I'm here to serve.
Run like hell, and you'll be there.
I stand before you as your new general.
To take on the
By the
Tommies.
orders of Her Royal Highness, and with the full support of the gentry, I have been tasked with ensuring Blighty remains at peace. I cannot do that without each and every one of you. We cannot waver. We cannot yield to fear. There is chaos out there, yes. The streets are more dangerous than they were yesterday. But we are no strangers to danger. Death or glory, Tommies, death or glory. Those are our options.
We won't go quietly.
So, let us choose glory. Let us bring the Queen's peace to the boroughs so that they may all feel safe. Go. March. Stamp out that chaos and restore order. This is your city as much as mine. Make her a place fit for us all.
Barking like the dogs you serve. If there's any bite in you, you'll meet me out front. As I have been relieved of my command, I'm free to deal with you as I would any civvy. Pistols! Brash and abrasive. Your mother would be ashamed she raised one so callous. What am I without my post? If the Queen no longer needs my services to lead the Tommies, then I will lead Blighty by example. No man should suffer attacks on their character like this. I will meet you out front. Pistols in single combat. Draw, and let us put this mess to bed. At last, a shred of decency. But too little, too late. Draw. Draw, coward! Huzzah! I do not serve Smythe, and I never will. A thug for a kingpin to the end. No one will miss your breath when you draw your last. Huzzah! For Queen and country!
You're quite good at this. How many corpses have you looted before?
Death or glory,
Yep,
Tommies, death
don't
or
mind
glory.
me.
Those are our options. So, let us choose glory. Let us bring the Queen's peace to the boroughs so that they may all feel safe.
You'd have to be insane to take on the Tommies.
March! Stamp out that chaos and restore order. This is your city as much as mine. Make her a place fit for us all.
Hey, you must be the civvy our new general's looking for. Someone's on his personal line asking about you. Says it's urgent.
Mind the gap and all that.